Hi everyone, today I'll be doing the IGCSE Mathematics May June 2022 paper 41. Let's start. First question is, the list shows 15 midday temperatures in degrees Celsius in sundown. There are 15 numbers given below and we will have to rearrange these in order. Okay, so let's just rearrange them. 17, 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, 21, 21, 21, and another 21, and then we have 22, 23, 23, 24, and 25. Now that we have rearranged the numbers, I'll just have to put these numbers into the stem and leaf diagram. In the key it says that 1 line 7 represents 17. So if we write these numbers here, so I'll just have to write the second digits of each of the numbers. If the number starts with 1, then I'll have to write it in the first row, and if it starts with 2, then I'll have to write it in the second row. So we have two 17s, and 117 is already written, so I'll write the second one here. 7. We have two 18s, so two 8s. We have two 19s, so two 9s. And then we have four 21s, so I'll just write 4 1s in this row. Then we have 122, so I'll just write a 2. And we have two 23s, so I'll just write two 3s. Then we have a 24 and a 25, so I'll just write 4 and 5. Now I have to find the median. Since there are 15 numbers, the median will be the 8th number. 7 numbers on each side. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 21 is the median, since there are 7 numbers before it and 7 numbers after it. I'll just write 21 over here. Part 3, find the upper quartile. The upper quartile, okay, a quartile means that, a quarter means that you are dividing something into 4 parts. So if I divide all these numbers into 4 parts, okay, we already have the median. I'll just divide this into 4 parts. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This 21 is the median. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now if I divide this whole thing into 4 parts, this and this, and then over here it will be from this and this. So now these are in 4 parts. So the upper quartile is this one, the lower quartile is over here, this is the median. So upper quartile is 23. Next, they say Rahul draws a pie chart to show this information. Calculate the sector angle for the number of days the temperature is 18 degrees. Okay, so we have 15 numbers, right? And how many of those 15 numbers is 18? We have two 18s out of all the 15 numbers. So we'll just write 2 out of 15. Since 360 degrees is the total of a whole circle, we'll just multiply this with 360, which will give us 48. Okay, so in part B, it says a box and whisker plot shows information about the masses in grams of some apples. Okay, so in a box and whisker diagram, I've marked what the lowest point is, what the highest point is, what the upper and lower quartile are, and what the median is. Okay, so since you can see that in this diagram, each line is equals to 5, like this will be 55, this will be 60, and so on. So this means this median over here is equals to, this will be 110, so this will be 120. So the median is 120. The range is the highest point minus the lowest point. So the highest point will be, as you can see over here, this line. This will be 160 and this will be 170. And the lowest point over here, as you can see, this line is, if this is 50, so this will be 40. So what we simply have to do is subtract 40 from 170. And this will give us 130. The interquartile range is equals to the upper quartile minus the lower quartile, and as you can see, the upper quartile is this point right here. So if this is 150, this is 140, and for the lower quartile, it's this point. So if this is 100, this is 90, and this is 80. So what we simply have to do is we have to subtract 80 from 140, 140 minus 80, and this will give us 60. Now let's move on to part C. It says the time, t minutes spent on homework in 1 week by each of 200 students is recorded. The table shows the results. Okay, so we have the time and we have the frequency. For these type of questions in which you have to find the estimate of the mean, you can make 4 columns. The first one is t, the time. The third one will be the frequency. Okay, so let's just write down the time. It is 40 to 60, 60 to 80, 80 to 90, 90 to 100, and 100 to 150. The frequency for each of these is 6, 10, 70, 84, and 30. So now what you have to do is you have to find the median of the time. Like for example, for this one, it's between, what is the median of 40 to 60? The median is 50. For 60 to 80, the median is 70. For 80 to 90, the median is 85. For 90 to 100, the median is 95. For 100 to 150, the median is 125. So let's just call this x, and for the last column you have to multiply f with x. 50 multiplied by 6 will be 300. 70 multiplied by 10 will be 700. 85 multiplied by 70 will be 5,950. 95 multiplied by 84 will be 7,980. 125 multiplied by 30 will be 3,750. So now sum up this and this. So for 300 plus 700 plus 5,950 plus 7,980 plus 3,750, the total will be 18,680. For f, for 6 plus 10 plus 70 plus 84 plus 30, the total will be 200. So now what we simply have to do is we have to take this 18,680 and we have to divide this by 200, and this will give us 93.4. Now let's move on to the next part. A new table with different class intervals is completed. Okay, so on a histogram, the height of the bar for the 40 to 90 interval is 17.2 centimeter. So in a histogram, the height of the bar is the frequency density. And the frequency density is equals to the frequency divided by the class width. So the frequency for the 40 to 90 interval is 86 divided by the class width would be 90 minus 40. 90 minus 40 is equals to 50, and if we divide this we get 1.72. So now let's just do the same for 114. 114 divided by 150 minus 90, and 150 minus 90 is equals to 60. This will give us 1.9. So when the frequency density is 1.72, the height is 17.2. This means the height is 10 times of the frequency density. So we'll just multiply 1.9 with 10, and then we'll get 19. Or to understand this, you could also just write it like this: 1.72 and 17.2. So 1.9 should be what? And then cross multiply 1.9 multiplied by 17.2 divided by 1.72, and this will give us 19.